Have won the Stanley Cup. Easy goal. Taking his Gergensons. 29 to go in this one.
And I don't know the reasoning why I'm still here. But maybe it's because the next games are Chicago, Seattle, and Columbus. But
Wide again. Good chance.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? It is your boy Flyer69 coming at you guys today with episode number 1 of the Vancouver Canucks Franchise Mode series. And here we are. Yes, the Flyers series is still going to be existing. They're both going to coexist, but this is going to be new. You're probably going to see more of this in the Flyers, probably, more than likely. We've done the Flyers for so long. We're still going to continue with it, obviously, but I think it was kind of a time for a change of a switch up because, again, we're almost coming to year 10 with this Flyers franchise. It's time for a change, and here we are. We are doing the Vancouver Canucks, and let's just cut to the chase. They're an absolute dumpster fire in real life. Now, in the game, they're not that bad. They're not that bad. You look at this team, there's a little bit of nice pieces you can start working with. Andrei Kuzmenko, but the big ones we're working with is Quinn Hughes, Elias Pettersson, Thatcher Demko. Those are the three guys that are going to be the core of this team throughout this series. They're going to be the core guys. We're going to build around them. Everybody else, not so much. Literally, everyone else is potentially getting traded. I wouldn't say they're potentially, meaning everybody getting traded. That is not true. It is everyone's available for trade. Obviously, Lekarmaki, we're probably going to keep him around. Phil Pronik, we'll see what we do with him. Atu Rats, he's also a player we're going to work with. And Pod Coles. And these are guys we're going to incorporate in, when we're good. We're going to use for the future. But everybody else, we're probably going to look at trading. Like Brock Besser, we're probably going to look at and see if we can get anything out of him. JT Miller, that's the big one. We're doing that this episode. We're getting rid of JT Miller this episode. I also have my eyes. Kuzmenko, he can stay for now, I guess. We'll see. We'll see if we get, unless we get elite trade packages, and same thing with Garland and Mikheyev. He's probably gone. He'll probably be gone no matter what. So there's gonna be a lot of changes coming to this team. However, I have a 5-year window. I genuinely believe. I think we can win in the first 5 years. At the bare minimum, first 5 years, I think we can win a cup. Because you look at this team, the core foundation is kind of here already. Elias Pettersson, Quinn Hughes, Thatcher Demko. The base is there. The base is there. Now he's got to get pieces around them. I don't think that's going to be too hard. Yes, right now we are cap strapped. That's not going to happen by maybe not this offseason coming up, but maybe even the 2024 offseason. We can be players in free agency. We can, have money. We can have money by this upcoming offseason. In this video, we're trading JT Miller. In this video, I am not wasting any fucking time. He's going to be gone. Simply gone. Brock Besser, that might be more of a deadline move. OEL, we'll see what happens there. Yet again, everything else, we're going to really look at Mikheyev. He'll probably also be a deadline move, but I definitely intend on getting rid of him for sure. Just look at Tyler Myers getting paid $5.8 million for the next 2 years. JT Miller, he's not on his new deal yet, but I do not want to get hit with that 7.5 times 7 deal. I want to get away from that. Connor Garland, he has a pretty big contract. We might try and dump that. Ilya Mikheyev, he's got a big contract. The Phil Pronik trade, I am baffled by still to this day. I don't genuinely get it. Why would you trade a first-round pick for Pronik, whose contract is up next year, but you should be rebuilding? It's just the Canucks. It's the Canucks. It is a very much Vancouver move. It's just, I don't know. I really don't know. We got Beauvillier for at $4 million times 2. And we have a couple fourths, but we don't have enough second rounds, third rounds, or even another first round pick Philip Roenick. So we're going to try and gather assets here for this Vancouver team, get prospects, maybe even get NHL ready players right now, depending on what team we trade JT Miller to or whatnot. We have a vision here in Vancouver. We need to maybe strip it down a little bit, but maybe not full-blown rebuild, trading everything. Maybe not to that extent, but yet again, it's also kind of that extent because we're trying to get rid of all these massive contracts so we can bring in different players and plug them in and do whatever. So we have a little bit of work to do here in Vancouver. However, with EA Sim, usually Vancouver does get pretty good Sims, but they get really shitty Sims. It's no in between. Really bad or really good Sims. That's just what happens with EA. You never know what you're going to get with them. You really don't know what you're going to get. So I want to see anyone. We don't really need to extend anyone for next year. That's like kind of important right now. Ethan Bear, sure, we might extend him. We'll see. Probably him and Travis Dermott. We'll see. More than likely. So I want to try and look at JT Miller trades. I'm going to go through the trade finder, see if there's anything there right now. Oh, there is. 2 trades. The Canucks, Jesus Christ, the Coyotes want them, and the Devils. We get Alexander Holtz, a 2nd-round pick, Jonathan Bernier. Bernier's contract is up at the end of the year. So I'm okay with taking Bernier's contract off the books. I'm perfectly okay with that because we get Alexander Holtz in this deal. Top 6 forward high. Ooh, okay. This is a very intriguing trade. Very much intriguing, but I could also want a 1st-round pick. That's another thing because obviously they need to get rid of Bernier to make this deal work. They already have a lot of centers. But yet again, we can get Alexander Holtz out of this. They're going all in. This could be a really good deal for us. Really, really good deal for us. We're going to hold off on this right now. We're going to look at other playoff contenders who could maybe afford JT Miller. I know the Penguins wanted him in real life, but I don't think that's going to happen. We might have to take a big contract off of somebody else's team, which is okay with me. Lightning could be feasible. If they have a bad contract, they might want to get rid of. Ian Cole, ooh, we don't want that bad publicity over here. We don't want that. No. We can retain the... Nah, I'm not going to do that. No. And plus, that make Tampa Bay OP. Do we really want to make Tampa Bay OP? Not necessarily. So, what teams are all kind of contending right now that could want JT Miller? The Hurricanes? Is there somebody here with a really bad contract that I can take? Brady. But Brady Shea is kind of good, so it's like, I don't know about that one. Brent Burns? No, they're not going to get rid of him. Okay. Avalanche? No, I don't want to trade him there. You could trade him to Detroit. Yet again, this is a long-term vision. Steve Yzerman, maybe we can finesse the Yzer plan for once. Maybe we can finesse Stevie Y. That's going to be a lot. You're not getting a first out of him. Honestly, that Holtz trade's not bad. That Alexander Holtz trade really is not bad at all. Really is not. Montreal could take a look at JT Miller. I really like this Holtz trade, incorporating Alexander Holtz. We could try this. Maybe you take off the 2nd-round pick. Maybe you go for Simon. You're not getting Nemec. You're not going to get Nemec. But you can get Holtz. But you're not going to get Nemec. And we can really use Holtz and build around him for the future. We're hoping he could be a really solid NHLer for us, I would assume. So what was it? A 2nd-round pick? If I'm correct. Nolan Foote. Is he any good? He doesn't look that bad. But I don't know if I'd want him. So it was a 2nd-rounder and also Jonathan Bernier to get the cap space to work. And if we can incorporate maybe one other prospect. So I'm a finesser at heart. We're going to try it. Holtz, a 2nd Bernier. They're not going to take this, I know. Maybe I have to throw in another pick going their way, which would probably make some sense. So let's say like a 5th. And let's see if this works. JT Miller, a 5th. Holtz, a 2nd. Bernier and Foote. This ain't going to go through. Yeah, no, all right. So we're going to have to take off Foote in a 5th. But this could be a really good deal for us. We get that 2nd-round pick. Get again, asset management. Alexander Holtz. And you have to just take Jonathan Bernier for the contract to make this trade work. I like this. Now, you could also say just wait till the trade deadline and maybe get better offers. True. But then you also got to think about it like this. With the EA Sims, if we get really good really fast, is that really beneficial for this team? Is that genuinely really beneficial? I'm not flat out saying, oh, we're rebuilding, we're tearing it down. I'm just making moves that are going to help us in the future. Getting Alexander Holtz could help us mightily in the future. Really, really, it could help us a lot. A nice young prospect, a second-round pick, and Jonathan Bernier. That is huge for this team if we can get this. I would love to get maybe one more pick, like a fifth. See if this goes through. All right, it would go through. It would go through if we get this done. They would trade us the fifth. I think we're going to do it. We get Alexander Holtz, nice young prospect, a second-round pick. Let's just go do it. Let's just do it. Get the JT Miller contract off the book before it even hits. Now we really start building around. Now we start gathering these young players to start building towards the future. Alexander Holtz, he might not be playing in the NHL right now. He might not. But he has a place here in the future. Him and Kravitsov, both from the Hudson River, huh? I think he could probably use a little bit more time in the minors, Kravitsov, to get more developed. I think we bring in Podkolzin from the AHL. I think that would work. And Noah Juleson will also bring up as well. We don't really need 3 goaltenders in the NHL. We'll drop down Connor D'Elia or whatever the fuck it is. Drop him down. All right. Now we did it. We already traded JT Miller. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, now we're weak for sure down the middle. We have like no good centers. So you might need to. Do we have any centers that I could? I'm not bringing up Aturati right yet. No, it's way too soon in his career. Way too soon. Way too soon. You can't do that. You need him to develop. Him, Holtz, I believe Kravitsov. They're not ready yet. They need to develop a little bit more, and then we can bring up maybe halfway through the season. Maybe Jack Studnicka. He can play there. I would kind of like to get Vasily Podkolzin some minutes. We'll put Mikheyev there. I mean, Kuzmenko, Pedersen, Besser, Garland, Studnicka, Mikheyev. When you look at this team, we are sorry. We are trash. Which is a good thing, one could say. I would say so. Phil Pronik, I'm still not crazy for this deal. But he could be a really nice player for us. We'll see what we do with him. I think our defensive pairing is not going to be necessarily... EA, probably not going to be a problem. So... we already made the JT Miller trade. Now we really look at this team. We need to, get that prospect blueprint, and we are. Alexander Holtz is going to help that a lot. It's going to be an exciting AHL team that we're going to need to follow closely. Why is Rotzi? That is just EA for you. Why would they put Holtz down the middle and not EA Sports? It's in the game. What can I say? I mean, jeez. All right. So, do we have DePietro still? Do we still have DePietro? We should, right? Unless they got rid of him. That's a possibility. I think they might have. I don't remember. I don't see him here, so he might be gone. So that was another really good prospect that they had. But yet again, we have 3 nice young prospects down here. We need to really keep an eye on Rati, Kravitsov, and Holtz. Unironically, New York, New Jersey. All from a very close proximity that we're all finessing from. So, okay. I mean, this bottom 6 is rough. It is very much rough. It is very much rough. So we're going to have to really look into this. We're really going to need to figure out what we need to do. We have a very young core playing right now. We got Niels Hoglander, Tanner Pearson, who's going to be a nice little player here for us. And, oh my God, we have Jack Rothbone. We need to bring up a forward. Yeah, we need to bring up a forward. I didn't realize Rothbone, the defenseman, was playing 4th line winger. Yeah, no. So maybe Kravitsov does need to play. Maybe one of these guys. I would say Kravitsov. Yeah, all right. Kravitsov can play. I lied. Kravitsov can play. Holtz ain't ready yet. He's still got a little bit of time to do. He has to serve his time. And maybe we can get Kravitsov 3rd line just to get him let him develop a little bit. I think that... I don't know. I mean, you do this, it's a -1 either way. Unless you move Podkolzin down. But Podkolzin's got more of an offensive capability, so I don't want to really bring him down. I really don't want to do that. So we're going to leave it as is. Obviously, we're going to mess with these lines throughout the season. We also want to gather maybe another 1st round pick. I think our chance to do that would have been with JT Miller. We maybe should have held on to him yet again. We have more. I think we can get a first out of Besser once we get to that point. I think we can. However, it's still very early on. I'm not trading Besser yet because I know he can get that value up. So I'm not going to really worry about it right now. We're going to focus on it here in a little bit, and let's just keep continuing on. I want to get the season started. We're going to start the season this episode. I want to see what we're going to be doing. How we're going to be looking here at, maybe we'll go up to the new year. Probably January 1st we'll probably go up to, and see where we're looking at, where we stand, and what we are going to do for the course of the rest of the series. Next episode, where we'll probably do the trade deadline. A lot of things will take place next episode, so you don't want to miss that. So, now, what is our goal? What is our goal this year? Really, it is to... I would say get hard for Bedard. Bring the British Columbia boy back home. Bring him home to his favorite team, the Vancouver Canucks, but theoretically, that's probably not going to be possible. I understand we're weak down the middle. I don't think it's possible. But if there is one player I do truly want that is in this draft class, it's this son of a bitch right here. Matevei Michkov. Because he could be a guy that we are desperately looking for. We have our number one center in Elias Pettersson. We need ourselves a nice complimentary winger for Elias Pettersson. And who is the perfect guy for that job? Matevei Michkov, who has an elite shot, who is very much one of the best goal-scoring prospects we've seen since Alexander Ovechkin. He's going to be a dog. The only thing in real life, he's not going to be able to come over right away, which in my opinion, if for a shitty team like the Flyers, Michkov is perfect for us because we're going to be shitty for a little while here, and then we can have him, develop a little more in Russia, and when he's coming over, we should be a slight bit better. That's a W. But yet again, this is NHL. He'll be in the NHL next season. Are we truly going to be that bad? I don't know. Only one way to find out is to get to that point. We're going to see. We're going to get an idea here when we start simming. Let me go. We need to scout. I need to go scout because it's going to be a very big draft for us because we're going to have a pretty good amount of prospects. Leo Carlson is going to be another great piece that we can maybe snag. I think that's going to be something we need to keep an eye on. So let me go scout real quick and then report back. All right, I'm done with the scouting. Let's get into the simming. I want to see. We're going to go little by little here. I want to sim up this Kraken game. I want to see how we're doing. All right, we lose our first game to the Oilers. All right, I did have to assign 2 scouts for the Nordic region, and Pettersson's already hurt. I have to fix the injury slider. Fuck, yeah, and now we have no more centers. So that's going to be an interesting development, having no centers to work with right now. That's going to be something to keep an eye out on for sure. We're going to have to keep an eye on. We got Tucker Pullman rocking 4th line left winger. Let's just not question that real quick. Let's just not. I need to fix his injury slider first off. I usually put on like 15, 20, where it still happens, but it's not like OP as hell, where you're like 50, where you're going to get one almost every 5 minutes. We'll do 15. That way it's not popping up all the time, and it can still happen, but not happening all the time. There we go. All right, so we're 1-1 to start the year. We beat the Flyers, of course we do. Yeah, fucking poverty franchise. Let's just keep going along here. Let's sim to this Ducks game. Keep moving along. We lose to the Capitals. We beat the Blue Jackets. We lose to the Wild, and we're going to beat the Sabres. Oh, no, we do lose. But we beat the Hurricanes. Okay. We lose to the Kraken in a shootout loss. We lose to the Penguins, and we lose to the Devils. So we lose our first game in November, and we're currently sitting at 3-5-2. And if this is any glimpse or glimmer of what's to come in this season, we got a long season ahead of us. I mean, you can kind of tell we're very, very weak down the middle. We don't have Elias Pettersson in the lineup because he's hurt. We have quite the amount of holes here. I got to fix these lines. I don't like this. All right, there we go. We can rock with that. And then defensively, I want to see our defensive pairings. I want to mess with this because clearly Hronek and Hughes is not working. So maybe you can do Bear and Hughes, or you can go Tyler Myers and Quinn Hughes. I mean, that's a big body right there. So then Dermott, Bear. You got big body, little body. Big body, little body. And then offensive stud. Defensive, maybe not so much stud, not anymore, but maybe that can be an interesting dynamic. Demko, he's doing he's literally actually doing a fantastic job, but his teams around him is so fucking disgustingly bad, he can't do anything. So, like I said, we're not going to have to worry about goaltending. That's going to be the least of our issues right now. It is the defense and the offense. It is absolutely abysmal. Andrei Kuzmenko doing a great job right now. 12 points in 10 games. Brock Besser almost at a point per game. Connor Garland 6 points in 10 games. Quinn Hughes 5, and yeah, it drops off drastically, and that is a little bit concerning, but also not concerning because we're also, I guess, trying to be bad, but we're not trying to flat out be one of the worst teams in the league. But I would like to see a little more production from, the younger kids. I would like to see a little more production out of them. Maybe you need to incorporate them into the top 6 a little more, like Pod Colson. Maybe you need to pair him up there on the first line or second line. Oh, he's on the second line right now, so if that automatically goes against what I'm saying, I'm going to put Kravitz off third line, because why not? All right, let's send him through this past the Ducks game. Pettersson's back. We'll bring him back for the Montreal game. Yeah, we'll bring him back for the Montreal game. So that way we are sure maybe he's fully rested, ready to go. I'm not rushing him back. We lose 1-0 to the Nashville Predators. And going into this Montreal game, we beat the Senators. Okay, so we're 5-6-2. And we are 2 spots away from a playoff spot within our division. That's interesting. We're 5-6-2 and only 2 points away. Quite the interesting dynamic. Okay, so Pettersson, Kuzmenko, Besser. I think that's a good combination. I think you gotta go Podkolzin, Studnicka, or you can take Studdy out here and maybe put, I don't know who to put down the middle. I would say, I'm not gonna say Garland. I don't think he's built for that. Tanner Pearson, no. Okay, maybe not. Mikheyev, can he play center? I don't see why maybe he couldn't. I guess you can try rock that. And Hoglander, you can go there. I mean, I guess you can try this. Beauvillier's been trash. Kravitsov hasn't been that good. Tanner Pearson, no one in the bottom 6 has been any good. With Myers, I think maybe they were getting a little bit of something together. So maybe you can put some trust into this defensive pairings a little more. And Demko's doing great things. He's putting up a Vezina caliber season so far. Very early in the year, but putting up a very, very respectable season. You love to see it. Very respectable. All right, let's keep simming here. Let's go to this Vegas game. They're shitty too. 4-9-1. We beat the Canadians. Okay, we lose to the Leafs, lose to the Bruins. Ooh, and then we lose to the Sabres. Okay, now we're losing a little more here. We beat the Kings and we beat the Knights. Okay, so it looks like we're not doing too bad in our own conference. It's just in the East when you play good teams, of course. The West is quite fraudulent in real life, so that makes somewhat sense. I didn't take morale off. I fucking hate. I'm getting flashbacks to the Chicago series where it'd be popping up every 5 seconds. I want to have a morale meeting with you. Oh man, Vegas 5-15-2. Yikes! Tough scenes out there in Las Vegas right now. Yikes! That is not good. Not good at all for them. No sirree. All right, let me take this morale shit off because I'm tired of already seeing it. I already seen it once. Where is it? Morale meetings. Off. Fuck you. Leave me alone. Please and thank you. Alright. I want to look at our team stats. Where are we looking at? We're 3 points out of a playoff spot. We also have 3 games in hand over that current wild card team. But there's also the Blackhawks are in the race too. That just shows how shitty the West is. Look who's in first in our division. That just proves EA Sims for you. How shitty they are. San Jose is the first team out in the Pacific. Are they the best team in the West? They're damn close. They aren't, but they're close. They're close, but they aren't. Pacific Division. All right, we're 6th. I've never seen a number that low before. I have never seen a number that low for goals for per game. A 210. 210 goals for per game. That is the lowest I have ever seen. And we've won that many games with a 210? Give Thatcher Demko a round of applause. How are we winning games? Only scoring two goals per game on average. That is wow. That is terrible. Really fucking bad. Pettersson's not doing nothing. Like, whew. That is, I've never seen a number go that low. Like, jeez. That is just god-awful. Whoa. Okay, we have work to do offensively. A lot of work to do offensively. We need to fix up these defensive pairings yet again. I don't know who to put here first line. I mean, it's just an absolute shit show. I guess you go Ethan, put OEL down there, Demko, I mean, Dermott and Hronik, Bear and Quinn Hughes. I mean, why not? Unless you start throwing the two lefties together and then start really getting wonky. That's what you do. But, man, 210 goals for per game? Yeah. Power play isn't good either. Let's go take a look at our power play. I want to see what they got cooking here. Pettersson, Garland, Kuzmenko. I mean, that first line, I'm not even going to change that. That one's good. It's probably the second one. All right, the second one's absolutely hideous. It's horrific. I don't want two defensemen here. I do not. So we can take Ekman Larson out for, I guess you could put in, I would say, Hoglander. I think he could have a little bit of offensive production. You know, he has 3 points this season. I still think he could have a little bit of something. Ilya Mikheyev. We could maybe put Garland here. Mikheyev up to there. I think that would work actually pretty well. You can drop him to the defense and set Besser up for the 1T. Maybe. Or... yeah, I think... or something along them lines. I think this works alright for us. I think this works. Beauvillier, Studnicka, Garland... righty. Yeah, this works. This works. We're going to rock with this. See if this works for us. Where are we currently at right now? We're November 26, 2022. We're not good, which I didn't think we would be after doing the JT Miller trade. I want to go look at JT Miller stats in a moment. We're going to sim up this Kraken game and go from, oh boy. Oh boy. That is one injury you did not want to see if you wanted to have any chance of being remotely relevant or kind of staying competitive. Our team just got hurt. Thatcher Demko. He just got hurt, and this should, well, he's only out for a couple games. He's not going to be out long, but, like, if this was a long-term injury, we'd be fully in those Connor Bedard sweepstakes, 1,000%. We just lost 10-3. That is how much we are missing our boy right now. We're missing Demko that much because we just lost 10-3. Whew, yeah. Oh, boy. That was a nasty loss right there. I mean, even Pettersson went down 2 overalls. That's not ideal. We don't want to see our star goaltender going down 2 overalls. Did we lose to the Devils? Oh, wait, no, I thought that was a new Devils game. Okay, all right. I don't want to see the AHL shit, okay? I thought I put the lines to where the AHL coach is going to take care of it. We're winning some games now, and we're in a playoff spot. That's EA Sports for you. Where are we still at 210 goals or 225 goals for per game now, probably, and we're in a playoff spot? I don't probably get it. I just gotta fix this. The AHL coach. I do not want to keep seeing this shit. I went to the wrong spot. Of course I did. I went to the wrong. Oh Jesus, what am I doing? It's right here. I was in the right spot. Oh please, just choke slam me, please, please put me out of my misery. All right, what? Why are we doing good? Here's I have a question now. One, probably because the West is so shitty, is probably why we're even in contention. Like, look who's in first, the Sharks. Like, yeah, look who's in first. We can easily fall out the Kings and Oilers right there. Yeah, we went up to a 278 goals for. Okay, so we kind of got our shit together. I think maybe some of the line changes we might have done just recently have helped a little bit. Like, I mean, Kuzmenko is going off. I mean, Pettersson, he's only got, 11 points? I mean, he's gotten better, but Besser's doing all right. Garland's doing really good. Our second line still a little suspect. Studnicka's actually having a pretty solid season for himself out down there. I mean, Kravtsov's got 9, or actually got 8, and so does Beauvillier. So it's a little concerning. The Wild suck too, and we beat them in a shootout. Looks like we can't put 60 minutes together, but we're winning in all these overtimes and shit. So W, I guess. I don't really know how to feel about this. We're 14-12-2. We lose to the Flames. I do not want Victor Mete. No, thank you. We're gonna keep moving along, keep moving forward. We beat the Jets. We lose to the Blues. We're getting close to the new year. We're probably going to we're gonna sim up to January 1st and then probably call it a video. Let's just keep moving forward. We take one and lose one there. We lose to the Sharks. Overtime loss, though. And to round out the video, we will lose to the Flames. So we're back to our losing ways. Yet again, we are a mid-team. We're not too far out of a playoff spot. However, we really should not be contending for a playoff spot. And yeah, I mean, the Central is so much better than our shitty Pacific division. I mean, the Ducks are in the playoffs, the Sharks are in the playoffs, the Flames, all teams that aren't in the playoffs in real life, and all the teams that are in the playoffs in real life are not in the playoffs. That's EA for you. What can I say? That's EA Sports. Am I shocked? Not at all. Not one bit. All right, next episode. We have a very, very big mission, and that is to get assets. Bring in players, or trade assets, bring in prospects, bring in assets, draft capital, get what we can, and really move this thing actually in the right direction. That should have been moved down into the right direction a long time ago. Let's be fair. It just should have happened a long time ago. And I want to see where we would be technically right now if, hypothetically, season ended right now, here on January 1st. What are the lottery odds looking like for us here in Vancouver? Are we bottom 10? I don't believe we are. We could be. We are. Okay. So Nashville's the worst, then Vegas, then Detroit, then Chicago, Philly, Minnesota, Ottawa, Vancouver. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're eighth. Okay. Sweet. We're all right. Then Seattle, LA, New York. All right. Okay. So we're doomed. We are 8th worst team in the league, but yet again we're not too far away from a playoff spot because how shitty the Western Conference is. It's just an absolute shit show. I want to see what's going on out here in the East. The Canadians are pretty solid. They're in a playoff spot. The Red Wings stink. The Senators stink. The Sabres are they're actually okay. Bruins are doing Bruins things. Rangers, Capitals, Hurricanes. All right, the Metro's actually semi-realistic. And before we end this video, need to see how JT Miller's doing. We need to see how he's doing. I want to see what line. Where do they have him on this Devils team? Where are they lining him up? Are they lining him up second line center, third line center? Are they putting our boy on the wing? That he's all right. He's second line center. He's sure third. I would have put JT on the wing. I would have definitely put JT on the wing. Imagine that pairing of JT Miller, Nico Hischier, Dawson Mercer in real life. Nasty. And that first line, obviously, you're not going to touch that. No. So how's he doing? 15 goals, 18 assists in 36 games. That is almost a point per game. So he's doing great things. He had 99 points last year. Holy fuck. He was going off. Sheesh. Maybe we got finessed a little bit. Maybe we should have held on to him a little bit longer. Maybe. It is what it is. We still got a nice young prospect in Holtz. I want to check the AHL team as well. 13, 15, and 1. Alexander Holtz. How is our young blood doing? He's 80 overall right now. 6 goals, 15 assists, 21 points on the season. Pretty solid. He'll be in the NHL at most next season, if not by the end of this season. He's going to be in the league soon. He's not yet. Maybe he might come up very soon. He might come up maybe after the deadline. We're going to hold off on it right now. Let him keep getting the AHL minutes. And then maybe after the deadline when we make some moves. Might even acquire a center just to kind of hold off a little bit. So it's going to be a very, very compelling trade deadline. And very curious to see what your guys' thoughts. And what do you guys think we should do here in Vancouver? And what should we do here in Vancouver? I'm very curious. And this team, we got a long way to go. We have a very long way to go. However, like I said before, I believe we can win a cup in 5 years. If I can win a cup with the Flyers in 3 seasons, we can also win a cup relatively quick here in Vancouver. However, I'm not going to go all in, just because I want to win in 5 seasons. No, we're going to do this the right way. We're going to build the proper way, and we're going to build a cup contending team the proper way. And, hey, Jim Rutherford, take some fucking notes, bro. Take some fucking notes on how to, strip it down maybe a little bit. Swallow your pride being a shitty GM and saying, okay, I fucked up. This is what we should do. But poor I feel bad for those Canucks fans. They don't deserve this. And we're going to bring a cup to British Columbia. That's my goal. And we're getting one step closer. I mean, not closer, but we're taking strides to get to that goal. That's all we're going to say. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys in for the next one.